Everyone, welcome to
Oh,
Film Club.
we
Sorry
in
for being a
here.
little late.
We late.
We in here though. We in here.
Eliminate.
Phil, I'm Zach. This is Kenny Sparks. As you can see, our
Woo!
names on the bottom of the screen.
Yeah.
Film Club is a weekly live stream podcast show, whatever you want to call it, where people who love film, cinema, movies, whatever you want to call it, they feel safe to talk about anything you like. So make sure you subscribe to both our channels and let's get the show on the road because we have a packed show. We're going to be talking about Avengers Doomsday. They
Yes.
announced 27 cast members in one of the most unique ways possible. But the rumor is that there's actually going to be 50 cast members in total. And we have a plethora of people that we think could be in there at 23, but also probably is a shot in the dark. And we're going to be ranking those choices tonight. We also are going to be ranking the movies that we saw all in March. That's going to be really, really exciting and kind of talking about that. And then we have a few questions from you guys that we'll tackle at the end if we have time, because today is such a packed show.
It is
So first
definitely
off,
a
as
picture.
always, I ask you guys how you guys are doing all the time in the poll and also in the live chat. Let me know how you feel. But also, Kenny Sparks, how do you feel?
I'm feeling okay. I woke up with a crazy ass headache. Actually, I went to bed with a crazy ass headache. I was done for, but I'm here. You know what I'm talking about? I'm here. I'm right here live
You
with the
out here?
people. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here, so I'm ready to talk Avengers. I'm ready to talk Marvel. You know what I'm happy about, Zach? I'm happy that people are talking and engaging with the MCU in the way that we used to. The theories, the fan theories, the who's this, who's that. It's so great to be back in this mode. You know what I mean? So I'm super happy to be here.
Gotcha.
How are you doing?
Doing good. I also feel exactly the same. I'm excited to talk about comic book stuff in a positive manner because
Positive.
obviously I'm one of the people that are in the minority that doesn't really have a problem with most of Phase 4 and 5. I think other than Secret Invasion, which is straight ass juice,
Mm,
I pretty much like everything that's been coming out. But I do understand that there should have been Avenger movies. I think when you
I agree.
have an Avengers movie, it makes everything feel a little bit clearer.
Yep.
And this is something I've talked about in terms of like we need comic book storyline threads. I've been talking about this for like 5 6 years. People are like, no, the comic book stories you don't need to know, blah blah blah. No, we need them because then everybody's like, I don't understand where we're going. We knew where we were going when we knew Thanos was the end goal.
Yep.
So now that we know Doom is the end goal, everyone's excited because it's like,
Yeah.
okay, we know what interactions we're getting, we know what stories that they're pulling from. We can now guess which characters are going to be in this movie, just like we're about to do today. So I'm excited to do that. Obviously, CinemaCon happened as well. We got some news about Marvel stuff that I feel like might get put into these two Avenger movies as well. So it's going to be really, really cool. And I just want to shout out Collective Movie Man. He gave us a super chat. Appreciate you,
Yo,
Collective Movie Man.
thank you
Love
so
you
much,
for that.
Collector.
He was talking about he picked up a Star Wars Lego ship, which looks cool as hell. Which I could show it on the screen, but I can't. And he also picked up Rachel Green from Friends as a Funko Pop. I love me some Friends, so
That's
that's
awesome.
dope. I like both of those. Yeah. So let's get into it, man. They
Yeah.
announced, like we said, 27 members in the cast,
Yeah.
and we have them here. Let me see if I can present this. Share screen. I hope it doesn't knock your screen off.
That should be fine.
Boom. Boom shakalaka. Look at the first person. So,
Cool.
does everyone remember where they were when the chairs started piling on? Because I remember where I was.
Where were
I was
you?
at my job,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm out of my business, not doing my job, honestly, refreshing YouTube, and all I see is Marvel announcement, and I got so excited. Like, what are they
Yeah.
announcing? What is going on? Click on it. I see Chris Hemsworth. I'm like, hold up. Is this Thor 5? Are we getting
Mm-hmm.
that George Miller Thor movie? But then I saw Vanessa Kirby and I was like, I don't think that makes any sense. And then the
Right.
next person came up and the next, I was like, this is Doomsday. Yes.
Yep. Yep.
And I've never been so locked into chairs in my life. Do you remember where you were?
I was also at work. And you know what? At first, I was like, "Yo, what's going on?" Because, like, you know how you go into like a live stream, especially one where they're like about to do a presentation, and they have like this one image, like that's like the standby image. That's what I thought the first chair was. I'm like, okay, cool. We got a standby image. Can't wait for Kevin Feige to grace the stage and talk to us and tell us about all the great things that he has coming up for the next couple of years. And then it just, move to the next chair. I was like, oh, cool. Like, we still in the standby phase. And then it moved to the next chair. I was like, oh, so this is what we're doing today. But
Yeah.
but it was cool because I was able to just put it on another monitor. When somebody's score would come up, I would look. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, all right. And then as it went later and later and later, I was like, oh, we got some heavy hitters in this joint. So yeah, that's where I was at.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people, and it was fun to talk about it. We have a group chat where we have a bunch of other new movie tubers in, and we were all chatting, theorizing, laughing,
Hmm.
and going through it. Like Chris Hemsworth, obviously Anthony Mackie's announced, Vanessa Kirby, Paul Rudd, Florence Pugh, of course. So they kind of talked about like the
Black
whole
Panther.
cast of Thunderbolts are
Yeah.
going to be in this.
Okay. So
Um,
real quick, do you feel like that is a spoiler? Do you feel spoiled by knowing that the Thunderbolts are making it to the next round?
1000%. I do feel a little spoiled because the way I thought it was presented, based on the way the movie was described in the trailers,
Mhm.
I felt like there was a chance for people to die.
Yeah.
In a
Right.
suicide, because Thunderbolts is similar to the Suicide Squad. Not exactly. I think Suicide Squad switches out their members more.
Frequently. Yeah.
But now I feel like just like when Spider-Man: Far From Home was announced before Endgame came out, I was like, well,
Yeah.
now I know Spider-Man's coming back.
Yeah.
I don't like those kind of spoilers. I wish they could have left those guys out, honestly, and the stream
No,
would
for
still
real.
been fire.
Yeah, because like the biggest reason why they could have left them out is because the movie comes out next month. Thunderbolts comes out
Yeah,
next month. So once they survive, you're like, oh, I know they weren't in the chair, but they're probably in the next movie. So it's like,
yeah,
why would you do that? I didn't get any more excited by seeing the Thunderbolts members than I would if I didn't, because I'm just assumed that Bucky was at least surviving. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But yeah, I know that some people are like, well, you know, you kind of knew that they were going to survive. Like, who didn't think that they were going to survive? And I'm like, for me, there's something in wrestling called kayfabe, right? And for me, it's like even if I go into a Spider-Man movie, it's the first one of a brand new trilogy. I know he's going to survive, but I don't want to feel like I know he's going to survive. You know what I mean? I want to
exactly.
go in there, and when Carnage stabs him through the chest, I'm like, is he going to live? Like, I want to be in the story. You know what I mean? So I
Yeah,
never want to know going into a movie who lives or who dies.
yeah. I feel exactly the same way. Suspension of disbelief. Like
Yeah,
I need to be able to suspend it. But if you take it away from me months in advance, it kind of like I probably still enjoy the movie,
yeah.
but it kind of like, okay, well,
Hmm.
I know all these characters survive except the ones they didn't announce.
Right.
Namor, I'm excited that's coming back because I didn't
Yeah.
know if they were going to use
Same.
the character again. That's one of the only villains that we know that's coming back.
Hmm.
Shang-Chi, I'm excited because we haven't seen him in like 30 years.
We haven't seen that man in a
Uh,
minute, a hot
in
minute.
a minute. Sebastian Stan, Letitia Wright. We got the current
Yep.
official Black Panther in the movie. I'm excited to see where she's at mentally.
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure years have passed since Wakanda Forever.
Yeah.
Obviously Ben Grimm. We knew the Fantastic Four was gonna. This is where the first surprise came in. Kelsey Grammer.
Yeah. Yeah. That was
Yeah,
surprising.
and I think because that happened, some of these people that we predict on our list is because who we think are shoo-ins, is because this guy and not well, this is just another Doomsday Thunderbolts guy, but these guys are
Hmm.
cool. But they were also shown these all Mbaku. I'm really excited. I'm
Yep.
surprised she's here. I thought she was gonna definitely die. Thunderbolts. I'm
Yeah.
excited to see Loki here as well, the God of Stories.
Hmm.
I have a prediction that because in the Secret Wars comic, Doom gets his God power from stealing it from the Beyonder.
Right.
because the Beyonder hasn't been introduced yet, and I think that's too much of a high concept to introduce in this movie. I think he's going to take it from Loki
You know,
because
that's that. I think that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense because he's stuck up there holding all of us together.
yeah, and he has the power, and he's the god of stories. Battle World is a bunch of different stories
Hmm.
combining. I can see that's what happened. Or like he tricks Loki into relieving his duty there and sits in a chair and does
Yeah.
something. I can see that happening. But yeah, we got Patrick Stewart, we got Ian McKellen, we got Alan Cumming, who like I didn't know who that was by name at first,
Same.
and then I had to Google it. I was like, yeah, so excited. And
Yeah,
then
I got
even
really
Rebecca,
hyped.
even her, like I was shocked that they. Oh, this is a terrible picture of Cyclops.
Why
But
his arms look
I'm
all
happy
skinny?
for James Martin.
Yeah,
I don't
same.
know. He looks super skinny. His head looks small. I don't know what's going on. Uh, but I'm also seeing Channing Tatum's Gambit mixed in with the X-Men. That should be really, really fun.
That to me was surprising. I did not see that
Yeah.
coming.
Yeah. So that's the cast members that they announced. But now we're going to be talking about the people that we think is a possibility
Hmm.
of being announced. And Kenny, you have the list pulled up here.
Yep.
You can
So,
switch from me.
all right, do the thing. I think I had to take. I think you have to take it down. Here we go. There we go. Technology.
Technology.
All right. So let's just introduce the topic real quick. So essentially, what we're going to be doing real quick is we're going to be ranking all the characters that were not put in the chair and whether or not we think they're going to be in Avengers Doomsday. We got everything from no brainer, duh, they're going to be in it, to no chance. That's what we got. Like, we got all of that going on. But before we get to that, I know we do have a couple of comments.
Yeah.
Um, so let's just run through these real quick so we're not too far behind. Hey Zach, can't wait for the stream. Thank you, Collector Movie Man. Happy to see you here. What's up, Acres? What's up, Stacy? How you doing? What's your favorite Kevin Costner performance? I'm going to
Ooh.
say off the top of my head, there's a movie. God, what is the name of that movie? It's a movie that nobody talks about. Um, Kevin Costner murder
I
movie.
love him in Hidden Figures. I love him in
He is
Hidden
right,
Figures a
Mr.
lot.
Brooks. There's a movie called Mr. Brooks. It's a
Mm.
he's a serial killer in there, and it's very interesting. I really like that movie, so it's very underrated. Um, excited for programming. Thanks. Yep, excited to see you as well. Favorite haunted house or object in the movie? I'm gonna say Infinity Stones are my favorite objects in movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you guys going to be talking about CinemaCon, Warner Brothers, CinemaCon starting soon? Are they? Okay, so you know what? I'll keep an eye on to see if any news is coming out from there.
Moves pop up. Yeah.
Yeah, and what do you guys think of Sony? Honestly, I didn't see Sony's. We've been so in depth, like trying to get this prepared. That I think we just missed it all.
Yeah. I'll just run down real quick. Spider-Verse in 2027. I'm gonna be old man by
Looking
the time
forward
the
to it.
movie comes out.
Hmm.
Spider-Man Brand New Day. That's a very interesting title attached to a comic book that a lot of people don't like.
Right.
So I've been saying that Marvel needs to adapt comic books people don't like and fix them. And I think that's an interesting way to do
Yeah.
that. And Jumanji 4, that's cool. I haven't watched any of the new Jumanjis.
Hmm.
And think that's all I remember from the announcements. Oh, Now You
Yeah.
See Me 3 and
Yeah.
4.
Now you see me, now you don't. I'm looking forward to that. And they announced
Me
the
too.
fourth one, so that's pretty cool. I'm planning on seeing two movies in theaters in April. The first one released the Star Wars Episode 3. That's awesome. I think I might go do that myself. And the next one is Accountant 2. I'm definitely going to see Accountant 2.
Yeah. They have an early showing next Wednesday. I'm going
Oh,
to see
word.
if I go.
From the Doomsday announcements, the one I'm excited for is Patrick. I was about to say Swayze, Patrick Stewart, and Ian McKellen and Kelsey Grammer and Channing Tatum. Yeah, I'm excited for all those. I was very surprised to see all of them in there. They felt more like a Secret War situation than a Doomsday situation. So I'm
Yeah.
excited. Oh, sorry. What's up, viewer Drew? Good to see you. I'll be back in a little bit. Also, film guys, Film club are guys hyped up about all the news from cinema. Absolutely. Anytime there's movie news that drops, I'm extremely excited.
John
And
Wick
Nanette,
5, John Wick spinoffs.
happy
I'm
to
down.
see you, homie.
Nah, nah.
Happy to see you,
Okay.
Nanette. All right, so let's get to our rankings of who we think might be in Avengers Doomsday, the unannounced folk who we want to rank. So we'll go one by one, line by line, precept by precept, if you will, and just point these out. So first things first, I realized I actually have to do this. We have Daredevil.
Yeah.
Daredevil, who has another episode dropping tonight, hard hitting brutal. And can you see,
I'm done.
get it? Daredevil being in Avengers Doomsday. And in the chat, let
I
us know.
think it's yeah. In the chat, let us know. I think it's a likely for me.
Okay.
Just because he's so street levels, just so he's so separated from everything
Mhm.
so far. I
Yeah,
think for specifically just Doomsday, I think 100% he'll be in Secret Wars. But I
yeah,
think Doomsday he doesn't necessarily need to be in there. I think more the heavy hitters are going to be in Doomsday, and then some of the more non-powered people will be in Secret Wars and be like, "What the hell is going
right.
on?"
Yeah, for me personally, I would have put Shot in the Dark because I don't see him going from what he's dealing with Kingpin to being snatched up across the universe. Now, granted, people have been snatched up across the universe for less um, in Marvel,
Yes,
so it's possible, but likely he is like gaining popularity. They are filming right now. Not gaining
season two.
popularity. Like he is re-engaged in the MCU. Actually, he's the first time in the MCU, so there's a good chance. So I'll give it likely. I'll agree with you on that. Let's see. We have next Will Poulter as Adam Warlock. Now, Adam
Yeah,
Warlock, I think is really interesting because
yeah, me
of
too.
all the things that come with him and Doom and all the things surrounding like just the cosmic stories that he is involved in, how important he is, even in Infinity War, which they didn't really, or Infinity Gauntlet, the comic book story, because they didn't really explore that much with Will Poulter's character. So I would say for me, it feels like a shot in the dark.
I think so. Okay.
Yeah.
I was more shooting likely because
Hmm.
I think because they didn't utilize him in his most important storyline, which was Infinity
Yeah.
Gauntlet, I think
Hmm.
they might give him the opportunity against Doom since he didn't
Okay.
get it versus Thanos, and that'll be his growth. And he's a strong ass character. He's a Superman
Right.
kind of not exact level Superman, but kind of level character, and we need that versus what we're about to go against and do. You know.
Well, with that being said, would you think that Sentry would be the one who would be that Superman level character?
For some reason, I think Sentry is going to be on Doom's side.
That would be a
Only
bad situation.
it would be, but I think because similar to what happened in Infinity War, I think the heroes are going to lose, and I
Hmm.
think Sentry is going to be one of those turning tides because I think maybe he's ends up being good at the end of Thunderbolts, but I think the
Yeah.
Void will come over and take over in Doomsday and like go on the side of Doom.
Okay. So where are we putting them?
I think a likely. I think there's a chance there's a shot in the dark, but I feel like the Guardians are going to make a presence, and that's another reason why I
Right.
want to put him in there because he's officially a part of the new Guardians team, and I think
Yeah.
there's a chance that the
That's
Guardians will be
that's
here.
true. Yep. Um. So next we actually have Agatha all along,
Mm.
as well as uh
Looking.
Wiccan. Agatha and Wiccan, they're like a tag team off the rope. Now that she's pretty much a part of him,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say shot in the dark, only
Yeah.
because I feel like he has a few more stories to tell before he actually moves into where we're going in Secret Wars. And plus, with Wanda and Vision, um, possibly not even being in the mix of this movie, I don't think he would be in the mix of this. I think they have some family counseling to do before they start joining in intergalactic battles again.
I think with well, what's her name again? Elizabeth Olsen. She's
Yeah.
saying she's not in these movies. If that's actually factual, I don't see any of her supporting characters in the movie.
Hmm.
Because Wiccan is searching for speed. Vision is searching. Vision is out of all of his supporting people. Vision's the only one that I feel like has an opportunity. Maybe
Yeah.
we'll get to him. He's on the list as well. I think that you're right. I think it's a shot in the dark. I don't want to say no chance because Elizabeth Olsen might be lying, just like Andrew Garfield
Hmm.
did.
I'm
Uh,
actually kind of closer to no chance than shot in the dark, but yeah,
yeah,
yeah. All right, so it's only going to be one Blade. What are we thinking about
yeah,
Blade in Avengers Dooms? I feel like they're going to save him for Secret Wars.
yeah. I can see that.
Yeah.
I can
So
definitely
we
see that. The only reason I was saying is a possibility because his connection with Channing Tatum's Gambit.
Gambit, right?
Because there's a
Yeah, I
portal
could.
that opens up and takes him, and I'm pretty sure Blade and Elektra are both there. And I don't see any reason why they
Mhm,
wouldn't leave with him. But that's my only thing.
yeah. We have a
Oh, this is a good question. How
yeah.
about Mahershala's version? Maybe
I
you
think we
want
actually have him
to.
on here. So if we want, we could actually rank
Yeah.
this young boy now. Let's move up so we can move this up. I'm going to say no chance. That's what we got. No,
You
I'm actually going to say a shot in the dark.
shot of
Because
dark.
I
Okay.
think that because they haven't introduced him in his own movie, I think now are we counting post credit scenes
As what?
as part of who's going to be in Avengers Doomsday?
1000%. If you're in a post credit scene, you definitely are in the movie.
I think there might be a chance that we might get him in the post credit scene at least. So I'm gonna
Mm,
put him in shot in the dark because I don't think he'll be part of the story, but I think he'll be part of the story going into Battle World, going into Secret Wars.
I would love a post credit scene of like Doom has beat the shit out of Blade and all these other people, and Blade
Hmm.
is Wesley Snipes' Blade is like bleeding, and a hand comes out, and it's Mahershala Ali picking him up. The
But you know
sounds
what?
and noises I would make in the theater would be adulterated.
Pause. But you know what he has to say when he sees Mahershala Ali's blade, right?
I
I
thought
thought
there
there
was
was
only
only
one
one
Blade.
blade. I thought there was only one
Oh,
blade.
that'd be amazing.
Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, I
Thank you,
think that
Akers.
it's yeah, shot in the dark for sure. I think that he has a good chance to be in that post credit scene. Captain Marvel, I'm gonna go no brainer. Of
So, wow,
course she's
really? No brainer. Okay. Actually, I'm
yeah.
with you. I'm with you. I'm with you. Because there's another no brainer character in there that's attached to her. So, yeah.
Mhm. Because I kind of feel like if there's any time for her to show up, it's now. You know what I mean? Like, this is the situation.
Look, look, I have a theory. Let's throw theories out there as well since we're doing
Okay.
this, right?
Yep.
One of Captain Marvel's biggest stories, and also this will help her character as well, is
Hmm.
Rogue grabbing her and taking a lot of her power. It depowers her, and I think they need to depower Captain Marvel a little bit. I think she's too strong, just
Yeah.
for believability and people hating her and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Rogue and Doom have a history, right?
Yeah.
And I can see a world where he has Rogue there, and we get that iconic scene of her grabbing onto Captain Marvel and taking that power.
The only issue I have with your theory is that it would have to be a new rogue because they're not going to invest in the old X-Men
Mm,
rogue to do
that's
that.
true.
So
That's
it would
true.
have to be a brand new rogue in order to for that to happen.
Gotcha.
Um,
I can see them not wanting to invest in the old because yeah, they're probably gonna wrap those character stories up.
oh yeah, they're finito. Well, they might be in Secret Wars, but after
Well, yeah,
that,
after that,
I think it's a real rap like a snack rap. Um,
and then she believes in it too. She says there's a good shot that she's in the movie.
I agree. I agree.
Hey, laughing Lulu, what's up?
What up? What it is, folks? So we have the mad type. We have Thanos, Thanesius.
Thanos.
What do we think?
Tenesius.
Do we think Thanos is going to be in Avengers Doomsday? And I'm not saying he has to be a major player or anything like that, but do we think he's going to be in it in any capacity?
for me, it's a shot in the dark. Only
Okay.
because I feel like he's going to be saved for Secret Wars, just for that iconic moment that's in the comics.
Mhm.
And so really, because I think Doom is not going to be God Emperor Doom in Doomsday. I think
Yeah.
that we're going to lead to that, and then
Mhm.
he's going to be that character. And I think Thanos stepping up to him, the old major villain stepping up to the new major villain, I think that will be an interesting. And Thanos seeing Tony Stark as Doom is an interesting altercation because of their history.
Well, the only difference I would say is I don't necessarily think that if we see Thanos, that it's actually going to be the Thanos that we know, the one that got dusted. So I
Yeah,
think that in a different universe, I think we might even get a montage of Doctor Doom going around and doing some of his greatest hits before he gets to what he's doing in the MCU. One of those would just be a quick shot of Thanos or Doctor Doom just pulling his spine out. So I think that that's a good chance because I don't think that I know that a lot of people are arguing about, oh, they're just depending on nostalgia, but I don't think that they're bringing all these characters in to tell old stories. They're telling a new stories. I don't think that they're going
yeah,
to rely on Thanos that much because the only reason why you bring in Thanos is to put Doom over, if you will.
yeah. Like
Yeah,
wrestling, yeah.
yep. I got a lot of wrestling terms going on. So I got shot in the dark
The shot in the dark.
just
And that
as
has an
a
interesting
montage.
question before
Hmm.
we move on. She said, "What would you say they want to wrap up the old when Patrick, James, Kelsey Grammer all in the movie, and then the old cast of X Men?" I think after Secret Wars, they're gonna want to start anew and get their own brand new, fresh X Men
Yeah,
because Patrick Stewart, Ian McKellen, even like Alan Cumming and a lot of these other actors, they're not as old as those two, but they're older, and I think
right.
that they're gonna eventually need to move on. There's a slight chance that Kevin Feige, because Kevin Feige worked on those X Men movies, he has a personal um attachment to them. There's a
Hmm.
chance that he might want to do his own trilogy with these characters. There's a slight chance that he might have the balls to do that, and we'll really get another 10 years of this cast. But I think the most likely, with Secret Wars coming, and there's going to be a slight reboot of things, I
Yeah.
think that they're gonna wrap these characters up. Maybe they have to kill them. They might just send them off in their universe, and we just never see them again. And just know that they
Hmm.
have a happy story, and everyone in their universe loves mutants, and they're just happy, right? And then we get our own fresh mutants here that has to deal with the bullshit.
Mutants having a happy
Hey,
ending is a wild concept. Uh,
I'm just saying,
um,
if you're gonna send them off, don't send them off and let them have to keep dealing with bullshit, right? Like
yeah.
they already had to deal with a lot of like behind the scenes bullshit in
Mm,
like because of the studio. Just give your kids
yeah.
a happy ending.
I would also say like the reason why they won't necessarily be coming back is because they are all older and are all
Yeah,
in different parts of their lives. I can definitely see him coming in like, hey, we'll come in and do these 1 to 2 projects, but I don't think Captain Picard is staying for a long-term deal at all. I was
no,
shocked
yeah.
that
I
he
think
was
he's
in
done with
Doctor
Star Trek
Strange. Yeah.
because if he's done with Star Trek, he's done with X Men.
Mhm. Oh, you know who we should have put on this list? We should have
Cool.
put in Michael Fassbender, James McAvoy, and the
McAvoy and the rest
other,
of that cast.
yeah, and the rest of that cast, except for
Nicholas
Jennifer Lawrence, who
Holt.
wants nothing to do with this. But yeah,
Yeah, she's good. She's like that's why they got the least known Mystique. They're like, yeah, Jennifer Lawrence ain't coming back for this.
right. And
Um,
honestly, the better Mystique. Um,
yeah,
but yeah, so
1000%.
we have Doctor Strange, who is a
No
no-brainer
brainer.
because he said, "I'm not in this movie," and Kevin Feige tapped him, "You are in this movie. Show up to work, sir."
Both movies.
He
Clear your
was trying to
schedule.
pull a he was trying to pull a Roman Reigns. It's like, no, no, sir, you need to show up to work today.
Facts.
Yeah,
Come
so
on.
this is a
Doctor
big
Strange is
event.
a linchpin. Just like
Yep.
Thor and I
Mhm.
think Strange is going to be a linchpin for the next couple years as
Yeah.
like an elder statesman in the game. He's going to
Mhm.
get a third movie.
Yep.
I think he's going to be one of the leaders of the Avengers. I think that because Captain Marvel's maybe not, because it was supposed to be Sam and Carol as the leaders, and I think that because Carol's not as popular as we would like, and I also could see people whining online about a woman being a leader. Can see them pivoting to maybe Strange, maybe the more leader. Captain Marvel comes in and out. I think Black Panther and Captain Marvel just come in and out, with Strange finally working together with people.
Yeah.
That's funny. Kevin Feige, clock in, bro.
Right.
Further, what's up, Peter meets Phil? Thank you for joining the live stream. If you have not subscribed to Peter, go subscribe. Great, chill,
Yeah.
cool vibes
Yep.
when he does his reviews. And also, he has an amazing background. I love his background. I'm always
Yeah.
looking around like, what is
His
up on the
setup
wall now?
is awesome. Absolutely awesome.
It's
But
awesome.
yeah, we don't consider those people who care about, oh, the
I
woman
know.
is the lead and the shit.
You're also acting weird.
Yeah, I mean, we don't f with them niggas. So, who else we got? We have the incredible She-Hulk. Now hold on, guys. Chat, relax. It's just a character. The show is one thing. She's another. You know what I mean? So She-Hulk. I'm going to say, Zach, what would you say? What would you say about She-Hulk?
For me, I think it's a very likely. And the only reason is because I
Very
think they're
likely.
gonna have, I think Hulk is gonna be in this movie, and because I feel like Scar might even be in this movie. We don't have him on the list because that he's ugly. I don't want to see him again. Um, and you know what? You can do that. You can just move Hulk there too. And
Okay.
put the very likely. I think we're gonna have a Hulk presence in this film. I think
Hmm.
we're gonna have a situation where they both get their asses kicked and they have to step up, like this whole like smart Hulk shit. I feel like we're gonna get redemption for it. Well, maybe not say redemption because I like Smart Hulk. I think it was a proper character arc. Like he was struggling
Right.
with the thing, but I do think they're gonna find a way where he can rage out and then go back. And I think
Yeah.
She-Hulk is gonna have to match that because there's story where she does that too. I think we
Hmm.
very likely get both these characters in Doomsday.
I think that's interesting. I don't mind She-Hulk being a part of the proceedings. I do think that the one thing I worry about some of these characters is getting lost. I know
Yeah.
that's some of the concern that some of our chat even had when we were talking about it. Some of the newer characters getting lost, but I think Tatiana Maslany is a great actress, and I think they would actually invest in the CGI for She-Hulk, so she would actually look dope next to
Mhm.
everybody else. So, yeah, my only thing is like, what role would you play in this multiversal situation?
Yeah. This is a good point. Iger didn't forget what she said during the strike. She's not in Avengers. That's a good
Who's
point.
that?
Tatiana Maslany. She talked shit about Bob Iger during the
Oh,
strikes
okay.
because he wasn't the best during the strikes.
Honestly, Iger and Vince McMahon are the same nigga. If it makes money, it makes sense. Business over everything. So if they think that She-Hulk is going to do good business for them, they're going to put her in the movie. Now, do
Yeah,
they think She-Hulk's going to do good business for him as a character? That's a different story entirely. I
yeah.
realize how much I talk in wrestling now. It's weird. Um, but yeah, so we actually have two Hawkeyes coming up. So do we think Hawkeye or Hawkeye are going to be in this movie?
Oh, I am not using the right mic.
You might
Thank
say,
you, Chill. Thank you, Chillmonger. Do I sound better?
uh,
Do I sound better or do I sound the same?
to me, you sound the same, which
Okay,
wasn't bad.
but maybe to them I sound different. I'm using my
Okay.
mic now. Chillmonger, do I sound different now? I usually auto goes to my mic. I don't know why it went to my the mic on my webcam.
Mm. Oh, ooh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Whenever I put my AirPods in, it just goes directly to the AirPod mics. But yeah, thanks, Chill, for letting us know because that's
appreciate you.
more important. So yeah, we got two Hawkeyes coming up. Do we think Hawkeye or Hawkeye are going to be in this movie?
I don't think either Hawkeye is gonna be. I think there's a shot in the dark
Really?
for both of them to be in this movie. Yeah, I think that this is some just like Daredevil.
Hmm.
I think just because how street level they are and how they don't really have ties to any of this,
Hmm.
and kind of like what the hell they're gonna do against Doom. There's a possibility, but I feel like what happened. I feel like it's gonna be a repeat of what happened with Infinity War Endgame. I think Hawkeye's gonna become important in
Yeah.
Endgame. I mean, in Secret Wars. I mean, and I think that the Young Avengers are going to become more important in Secret Wars.
And that's my argument for Hawkeye, Kate Bishop being in Doomsday, and some of the
Okay.
other younger characters being, because we want to set these characters up. You know what I mean? Because what if what happens? I know some people are going to absolutely hate this, but what if what happens is some of our great heroes are, you know what I mean, defeated, taken captured, bad situation, and the people who have to go on a rescue mission is the young folk. You know what I mean? And they
I
have
would
to
love
go
that.
mount the adventure with their old head guide in Hawkeye. I mean, he's like, these damn kids. But I don't think that they're going
I would love that. You know how annoying Kamala would be? He's like, shut up.
Yes. Yo, he would flip the hell out. But yeah, and I don't think that would be the entirety of Secret Wars. I just think that would be like the first like stanza of Secret Wars, if you will.
This is a
Has
funny
Robert Downey
question.
Jr. said he was coming back? Yeah, he's actually coming back as Doctor Doom, believe it or not. And
No, he
that,
said why he's coming back. I can tell you why. I wish
oh
we had
yeah,
the
why?
video. Here comes the
Yeah,
money. The money. Money, 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 money. That's why he's coming back. They're paying him like $300 million to do 2 movies
Yeah,
in a suit and CGI where he doesn't have to do hand-to-hand combat.
that's
Yeah, he's coming back.
that's crazy to me. But yeah,
And he gets to be another iconic character. He gets to, if he nails Doom, he gets to add that into his cinematic scope. I was Iron Man, I was Sherlock Holmes, and I was Doctor Doom. Come on.
And he's so beloved that if Doom doesn't turn out well, he can literally just look at everybody and just be like,
"What's up, y'all? Ain't my fault."
Like he's not taking any blame for any kind of Doom was bad. It's like, yo, they're going to blame Marvel. They're not going to blame Robert Downey Jr.
Definitely gonna blame the Russo brothers.
So what are we saying with these Hawkeyes? Oh yeah, for sure. Russo brothers are catching all that blame. So you're saying, are we saying?
I think likely is, or maybe Shot in the Dark. I think.
Shot in the Dark.
I just think because I feel like we're gonna get a lot of Avengers versus X-Men, but like the big time Avengers.
Ooh, yeah.
I think it's a small chance, but I do think there might be a chance for them to set up the Young Avengers with Hawkeye as the veteran leader. I think that's a smart idea right there.
So for me, I'm going to say Shot in the Dark for Clint, but I think likely for Rosita, Kate. I was just looking for a name.
Who? I gotta download that. I gotta download the new day. Who?
But yeah, and just because you do also want that kind, well, you don't need it, but having that young presence on the team as they go travel and deal with this is going to bring, and you also have Kamala for that too. So I think that
we also didn't add Ant-Man's daughter. We could add that to the list of the Kate Bishop. What her name? Stature.
Yeah, Stature.
Yeah.
I think we're good. I think we're good without Stature.
I don't like her either,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't. They invested in her. They recasted the actress from Endgame just for this actress, and she's good in other stuff. So I'm gonna really blame Peyton Reed for her performance, not her.
Yeah.
So I could see the Russo brothers doing a better job.
Well, speaking of Stature, Wasp. We have Wasp here. We couldn't find a picture of a Wasp alone. Just a picture of Wasp, which is actually kind of hilarious. So I feel like it's a shot in the dark only because she'll be in a scene where Ant-Man is there. And it was
So,
like, hey,
but Ant-Man's in the movie. He's a no-brainer.
Yeah, he's in the movie. I'm just saying, like, he'd be like, oh, waving by to Van Dyne as like they're doing breakfast and he's waving and then he gets beamed up with somebody. Like,
so you think
she's
he's getting retired?
Do I think he's retired? I don't think.
No,
he's
I think
in
you
this
do
universe.
think Van Dyne is retired. Do you think Wasp is going to be retiring after the last Avenger?
Yeah, I think that a lot of this cast, a lot of our old heads are out of here after this. Out of here after Secret Wars. Janet Van Dyne, though, I do think Oh, or actually no, Ant-Man, Paul Rudd's character. I forget his name. Why am I forgetting his
Scott
name?
Lang.
Scott. I don't think Scott's in the 616. I think he came back up somewhere else. That's just a wild ass fan theory that I have no basis around it. But when he was coming up and he was just jolly,
He fell off.
It felt completely off, just like the rest of that movie. So, also have
But also
Famke
ties into what
Jensen.
he does, right? Like he was gone in Infinity War in a different universe, and now he's gonna have to find his way to the proper one again.
That nigga stay missing stuff.
It's always missing.
So we have Jean Grey from the original X-Men movies. Do we think Famke Jensen is coming back as Jean Grey?
I think it's a very likely because
Very
much of
likely.
the old because they bring so much of the old X-Men cast back,
Mhm.
and she's also campaigning to come back. She has vocally
Okay.
said, "I want to play Jean Grey again." So I feel like why would you not bring her back too? Have a moment with Wolverine, have a movie with Scott, have a moment with and just have that full nostalgia of all of them, right? Can you imagine
Yeah.
a Captain Marvel going full crazy, a Jean Grey going Phoenix, like a couple of these characters going full mode against a God Doom and going on, that would be amazing. And I think Jean Grey coming in there with some emotional moments, I think she's very likely. I don't know why they didn't announce it yet, but I think she's very likely. There's maybe a slight chance they decide not to bring her in because maybe they don't have enough space, but I feel like she's in.
So you just talked about Captain Marvel going crazy against Doom. And then you talked about Jean Grey going crazy against Doom. There's another woman who has red in her suit who might be coming back to go crazy against Doom. And I'm wondering if Miss Scarlet Witch is going to be part of these proceedings or if we're waiting until Secret Wars.
I'm gonna give it a likely. I
Okay.
know Elizabeth Olsen said no, but I think she's just getting that good old media training because she's been really bad at it.
Yeah.
And I think that she's just lying. I think she's lying. I
She's
think
not the worst
this is
offender
the
by far.
prime.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is the prime real estate for her to finally meet the mutants. They hinted the fact that she had powers in WandaVision, and she probably is a mutant as well. And she just got enhanced by the Mind Stone. And I think that she's going to be a mutant, and I think this is time for her to meet the rest of the X-Men and kind of have that moment. And like you said, X-Men versus Avengers fight scene about to be crazy. Her in the middle of that, trying to like decide, let's say,
Which she usually
somehow
is in the middle
whatever,
of that situation. Yeah.
because she's usually on both teams. So I could definitely see her being in this movie. The only reason I'm hesitant to say no brainer or even very likely is the fact that she did say no, and it makes me feel like maybe she's not lying. Also, it's kind of hard because she died in Multiverse of Madness. That's a lot to unpack in one movie. So
And that's
the
exactly
only reason.
why I'm playing the advocate of the devil in this situation, saying I don't think that she's in this movie because there's a lot that she has to do before she comes back. Like there's a lot of things that us as fans and the audience have to do, like work in terms of okay, so she's back, she's not a heel anymore, or she's not a bad guy anymore. She's
Or maybe
she's
she
a good
is.
guy, or is she on Doom's side? Did she get taken up by Doom and sits at his right hand as his like, you know what I'm saying, like his
That's happened in the comics.
they've
They've gotten married.
There's a lot that you can do there, but I feel like we have a lot to talk about before, you know what I mean, she's invited back into the party. You know what I'm saying?
I
So
could definitely see that.
yeah, but at the same time, she is a veteran of the situation, so we can leave her in likely. For our next person, we have a Koye. Come on. I don't see M'Baku and Shuri being there, and Okoye
And
not
she's
just
not.
showing up. Yeah, I don't see that happening. So I'm going to just put her in.
Especially since they were about to do a show for her and they just canned it. I think they'll start bringing some of that storyline into this movie a little bit and starting that so we can get the hype for that.
Yeah, because honestly, like after the events of Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, there's only really like a big three left. It's Okoye, it's Mbaku, and it's
Sure.
Shuri, right? Because Ramonda's gone and everybody else is gone. T'Challa's off in space. You know what I mean? I'm just hoping. So yeah, yep. So oh yeah, I saw what Chillmonger said. Crazy doesn't need explaining. In terms of Scarlet Witch, that's absolutely true. She could just show back up. Hey y'all, I'm here. What's up? So
What up?
that is that's a fact. So I threw this character. I suggested this character because I know that we're getting kind of crazy out here. So
Yeah.
I threw in T'Challa Star Lord. Now will it be
I like this one.
yeah, will it be Chadwick Boseman? Obviously not. But if we getting weird, it could just be the animated version.
Yeah.
Or we could find a way to recast by casting, you know what I'm saying? So and different universe. We can have Sterling K. Brown be Star Lord, T'Challa Star Lord in a different universe. But it will be fun to get some of these unique multiversal
What if
characters in
characters?
here. Yeah, exactly. So it's a shot in the dark.
That's definitely a shot in the dark.
Yeah. Honestly,
I'll say it's
closer
more
to
likely for
no
Secret
chance.
Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel
no
like
chance, no chance.
no chance. That's what she's got. But yeah. Now we get to Monica Rambeau, Photon,
no-brainer.
Spectrum, Captain Marvel, the original. Like no brainer. She's in this movie.
Yes.
I don't see a way for. Was she already in the chairs? Was she in the chairs or no?
No, they didn't announce
Okay.
her. Tiana Paris,
Yeah.
no, she wasn't announced.
Yeah. So they announced Beast. Beast is going to be in it. Last time we saw her, he was doing her medicals. Ain't no way that she ain't going to be in this joint. And if she's not,
Yeah.
the hell y'all doing? So yeah,
Where did she go? Yeah.
right. Where did she go?
And we'll have a nice reunion of Captain Marvel and Monica
Mhm.
Rambeau here.
Yep.
And oh my god, the moment of her seeing the multiverse version of her best friend as well.
Oh yeah,
we
that's
have her
true.
on the list here.
Yep.
Binary. You can just move her to the no-brainer as well. I think she's a no-brainer as well. I think that end credit scene sets it up that they're both going to be in this movie.
Am I
Did we
blind?
put the picture? Did we put the picture here?
I don't think I put the picture up. But just imagine Binary being here and she's
Yeah.
in no brainer. She's in no brainer.
She's a no-brainer.
Yeah. So we also have, speaking of people who feel like no brainers, Clea.
Yeah.
The last time we saw Doctor Strange, she was cutting through universes. It's like, yo, encourages my nigga, like we gotta deal with this. And he was like, yo, my nigga, I feel you. So that's why I think like they're definitely, matter of fact, I'm gonna put them together. Like they are in this joint together. And they're gonna be the ones who explain to us what's going on in terms of the
collisions.
Yeah,
Incursions, yeah.
collisions. And then so he's going to explain it from a magic standpoint, and then Mr. Fantastic is going to be like, well, according to the data, the Earth is crashing into the other one. You know what I mean? So
The scientist,
magic is
yeah.
right. You know what I mean?
That'd
So
be
they're going to have that. But yeah, I'm really curious to see like what their relationship is the next time we see them, and what the hell Doctor Strange has been doing. So, oh, we got some comments. It applies for there to child. Yeah, crazy doesn't need explaining. Absolutely, because it's the multiverse. You can do whatever the hell you want to do. Totally agree. Well, we don't sing that song. We don't sing "No Chance." That's what we got. Wait, isn't that Shane's song? That's not. Oh, Here Comes the Money.
No.
Shane's song.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I feel bad. No chance. That's what we got. So, Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man.
Yeah.
No chance. That's what we get.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's no
I
chance.
think he's being
like,
saved.
he'll be in Secret Wars. I think we can throw Andrew Garfield also in the no chance as well, because he's also probably going to be in Secret Wars. Because if they offer it to him, they say, "Hey, we'll pay you money to be in the movie to play Spider-Man," he's going to say yes.
Yes.
So yeah. Okay, so Wolverine, the Rabbit Wolverine.
That's
Do we
a
think
no-brainer to
Wolverine-
me.
Yeah. I not only do I think it's a no-brainer, I think he'll be announced before the movie. This is not going to be a surprise. They're going to be in
No.
the because could you imagine the TV spots, the commercials, and all this other stuff with Deadpool and Wolverine trying to explain what the hell is going on? Like you're throwing money away by not putting them in the advertisements going forward. Yeah, the whole list will probably be in Secret Wars unless
I think
somebody
some people are
bites.
dying.
Yeah,
I think some people are dying, and I think
I
Russo
think some
Brothers
of those
said that
X
not
Men ain't.
everybody's making it out of. I think
Yeah,
they said that everybody's making it out of Doomsday. So I don't think the whole list is making it, but I
yeah.
think there'll be a big chunk.
Yeah, I definitely think that some of those X Men aren't going to make it out. I think that this will be their final act. I hope not, because I would rather like if they bring back Cyclops just to kill him, I'm going to be pissed. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
me too.
because we want justice for Cyclops.
Facts.
Um, so someone who I really think is interesting is Sylvie.
Yeah.
Sylvie being in it, like Tom Hiddleston was already cast, right?
Hmm.
Or announced, right? So Sylvie is to me is a next logical step, either being in a post credit scene as well, seeing Loki get defeated and knocked down, and she comes in and like picks him up and runs off. Remember, you heard her here first. Picks him up and like we gotta go jump through the multiverse, and we gotta explain why this multiverse works this way when it works a completely different way in a different TV show. We got to explain all that to these people, right? So, um, yeah, so I think Sylvie's definitely in it. Like, very likely, probably post credit scene.
I think very likely as well.
Yeah, yep.
Xavier dying again, man can't catch a break. Like I said earlier, I'm hoping, I'm praying to whatever deity is up there that they
Mhm.
give these motherfuckers, these niggas, a happy ending. Do not kill Xavier again. We've seen him die in Logan. He's died in X.
He
What
did.
was it,
He's been
3?
dying quite a bit. Yeah,
Yeah, he died in
yeah.
Multiverse of Madness. He's died at least
Mhm.
3 times on
Yep.
screen. I'm pretty sure we thought he was died in the X-Men 97 universe. Let's
Mhm.
just give them all a happy ending. Let that universe be
Yeah,
like roses and berries. They're the Avengers of that universe because they don't have Avengers in that universe. Let's just do
yeah.
that. No more mutant hate. That's what I'm hoping that happens.
But yeah, so I definitely think that Xavier. I do hope that he makes it out too. I don't see a world in which the X Men live and they are at peace.
Yeah.
But because this is a multiverse, it can happen.
They can have the
But yeah,
one universe that's the anomaly.
yeah. But that's the other thing too. I think the thing that we are not considering is yes, Patrick Stewart was cast in this movie,
Mm,
but he
mm,
is not necessarily playing because that Xavier, just like they explained in Deadpool and Wolverine, that what the things that happened on that Earth happened. Like that's over. It's a wrap, right?
that's true.
Even the Xavier that we saw die in Multiverse of
In multi,
Madness,
it's a different one.
completely different Earth. You know what I mean? So I think if Patrick Stewart comes back, this man he could be evil Professor X. Some people might think Professor X is evil already because he will be on some shenanigans.
A lot of people
Matter,
think it's going to be X-Men versus Avengers, and it could be a situation where Doom collects an evil version of the
yep.
X-Men.
You know
That would be
what?
crazy.
Professor X could show up riding in the ship with Lalandra for all we know. You know what I mean? So it
Mm,
could be whatever, literally. So I'm excited to see where that goes because I think that all these castings could be not what we're expecting, and that's what
yeah,
I think will be surprising because Cyclops is dead. Like all of them are dead.
yeah.
Most of them are dead. So yeah. Speaking of dead and the undead, we have Moon Knight, Stephen Grant, and the other ones whose names I forget at this moment.
It's a
I'm
shot
going
in
to
the dark.
say shot in the dark.
Yeah,
I'm almost tempted to say no chance. Um,
yeah.
but yeah, I'm going to say shot in the dark. Yeah.
Only because, like you said, with a lot of characters, some of them have unfinished business,
Hmm.
and he has like heavy unfinished business. Like he's
Yeah.
whole person. He's not even a hero yet because of his evil personality that he has.
I'm
So
going to
yeah,
put
let's
him.
put no chance.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No
I
chance.
don't. I don't think he's gonna be in this movie, but he will be in one of these movies.
Yeah, for sure. So we also have Rogue, the original Rogue from the original X-Men series, who is not dead, I don't think. So she might actually be in this film. But yeah, what do you think?
I think she's also a no-brainer. If they're gonna bring back all that original cast, I think she's a no-brainer. I think it ties into my Captain Marvel theory. Obviously, this is like you said, there's a chance that they don't do that because they want to give it um, to a new Rogue, maybe, or like a new character. What is Anna Paquin doing now? I have no idea. I haven't
No
seen her
idea.
since True Blood.
She could be in the Lake Minnetonka. You know what I mean? We
She's
have
from
no
New
idea.
Zealand. I didn't know that.
Neither did I.
She hasn't done a movie since 2019.
Oh, that's not too long ago.
Yeah, it's not too long ago. It just feels like forever ago because of COVID.
Yeah.
And it was probably a small part. She was an Irishman.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if I were to walk across the street and I see this on the billboard, and they said the Rogue was in this list, I was like, y'all have lost your mind. So are we sure that that's where we want to put her?
Why would you say lost your mind for Rogue?
I just don't think that I don't think she's going to be in it. I mean, she could be. Okay, but
so
I don't think anybody's even thought about this version of Rogue in like.
This is the only version of Rogue we have live action, right?
Yeah,
we get a Rogue in the other one.
True. Well, we also have Kiki Palmer Rogue. You know what I mean? So we can do.
That's not happening.
Fan theories are a universe of their own.
That's true. It's a slight possibility that they might go with the fan cast, but I don't think they're gonna do that. Maybe it might be a one-off, like in Secret Wars. We just get Kiki Palmer as Rogue, as like we got the Quiet Place guy, John Krasinski, as Mr. Fantastic, and he's never doing it again. I can see that doing that, but not in this movie. So
Avengers Doomsday.
Yeah.
Rogue.
Who?
Rogue. What is in Avengers Doomsday?
With the rest of the X-Men. Why are we saying it? If she was in this movie without the rest of the X-Men cast being casted, then I'm like, oh, that's weird. But the whole team.
So since we going there, Zach, what about Aurora Monroe?
Yeah, no brainer. You can't bring back James Marsden. If they bring back James Marsden and the chick who plays Mystique, and I never even heard of another movie, and don't bring back Halle Berry, I'm gonna have a problem. I'm gonna have a fisticuff.
I don't know if people want Halle Berry back. Now, I don't have a problem with it because we're not talking about Halle Berry, Zach. We're talking about Aurora Monroe from that.
Yeah, I know on the internet, the opinion on her has soured. The general audience likes Halle Berry as Storm.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that. Thank you, Nanette. I appreciate
it.
you. No brainer.
We talk about no brainer though.
Yeah. If they're bringing back the X-Men, she was, in terms of character importance and like how they pushed her. We got Magneto, Patrick Stewart's character, Charles Xavier, Cyclops, Wolverine, Jan May Fenskin was Jean Grey, and then Storm.
Did you say
more than Rogue, more than Beast?
Did you say Jan May Fenskin?
Whatever her name is.
Her name is M.K. Jensen.
Thank you very much for the correction, sir.
Jan May Fenskin is crazy.
She's the sixth most important character out of all the 10 main X-Men characters, to me.
Okay.
Just saying.
Popping in to say I love Holly Storm and she's my wife's favorite superhero, Holly Storm. Well, yeah, I mean, everybody has fans.
There we go. And we got 4 of them right here.
Even Booster Gold has fans for some reason. You know what I'm saying? But
stop being a Booster Gold hater. One day you gonna love him. One day.
If you would have read the Batman story I read, you would hate him too.
You can't get mad at him for one Batman story.
He brought his parents back without his permission.
Okay, he was doing something nice for him.
I mean? No. Anyway, so Howard the Duckling is for sure in this movie as a cameo. I think he's likely
You-
in this movie as a cameo. Howard the
I
Duck.
don't think so. I don't think not in Doomsday. I don't think he's gonna be in Doomsday.
He's in every multiversal situation. Every time we see him around the Guardians or around the multiverse, Howard the Duck is showing up.
Was he in Deadpool and Wolverine?
He
No.
has his own episode in the What If series.
That's true. Where he impregnates somebody.
Darcy,
Darcy.
which is
Yeah,
we don't even need to talk about that.
yeah.
But yeah,
I'll let you rock with the meme. I'll let
just
you
a
rock.
cameo. Just a cameo. We have Ironheart, one of our newest superheroes.
This is kind of hard. I think it's likely just like Kate Bishop because the whole I'm buying into the setting up the Young Avengers in this one, and then they get more of a major role in Secret Wars.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll put it likely. I think that she's going to be one of them.
Yeah. I'm almost tempted to say very likely because they definitely want to like start pushing some of their younger characters. So and they can't do that by having literally only their older veteran characters. So I honestly still would argue that Kate Bishop and Ironheart are both definitely in this.
What's Ironheart's real name?
Riri Williams.
Riri Williams. You know what? I'll put Riri even a little bit more than Kate Bishop because her connection to Iron Man and the fact that Doom will look like Tony Stark. That effect on her will be nice.
So I think that's interesting because in the MCU at least they have no relationship.
No, but she's talked about her fandom for him. So
Oh,
at
yeah,
least
for sure.
there's that. And then we're also going to get the show before Doomsday, so we'll probably explore that a little bit.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
If we get the surprise that he's her AI,
AI, that's going to be dope.
that would add even more to it.
And I'm sure he would do it because they would pay him handsomely to just do some voice recordings or even
I
like
hope
a
that's part of the
hologram.
300 million.
I wonder. Yeah.
I hope.
Yep. So we have White Vision or Vision,
Vision.
as we used to call him.
Vision!
Do we think White Vision is stepping into the Doomsday? When is
He's
his
such
show?
a-
When is his show coming out?
It hasn't been officially announced, so I can't even
Okay.
say.
Yeah.
Because it hasn't been officially announced, and we literally have no idea what this man is. I'm gonna say it's a shot in the dark. I think maybe he will show up. He definitely Secret Wars. I think Vision is a character you just have to have around.
Mhm.
But Doomsday, just like where did he come from? Why is he white? Like there's a lot going on with that character.
There's a lot of questions. It's like,
Yeah.
why are you white? But or it could be like Chillmani were saying earlier. When things are crazy, you don't have to explain. Just like I'm not saying this is super crazy, but when Thor showed up and Cap was like, "I see you," or Thor was like, "I see you copied my beard." You know what I mean? You just oh, you're white now.
Gotcha.
What's up with that?
That's true.
So
He said he's banished to the TV realm of Moon Knight.
that is
Damn.
freaking hilarious. So we didn't want to just do heroes because we realized, like, that's boring.
Yeah.
Ultron. Ultron is somebody who I'm interested in seeing come back, even in this capacity as Doom's like right hand man, almost kind of like a Starscream type of role where he's undermining Doom behind his back, and you know what I mean, tries to circumvent. That's how you circumvent. Doom, you know what I mean? So, and also he was like he was like the security system in that planet or in that reality that Doctor Strange went to that one time. So there are Ultrons around. You know what I mean?
This Ultron's around. Yeah,
Yeah.
and he was supposed to have a bigger presence in Multiverse of Madness too that they cut. I would say
That's a
still
way to bring him back. To bring him back from another universe.
universe.
Yep.
Yeah, because my idea was that he was inside Vision, but now that they like kind of destroyed that Vision and made him over, that's done.
Mhm.
I would say it's likely similar to Thanos. Well, no, Shot in the Dark like Thanos. I
Yeah.
think that your idea makes sense.
Mhm.
In terms of the other big bad of that the
Yeah.
other big bad that kind of survived
Mhm.
faces Doom. I just don't think they have space with the X-Men being
Gotcha.
in here with explaining Ultron.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. The less explaining you have to do, the better.
So next we got Franklin Castle. My argument for Frank is sometimes you just need one nigga just to be there just to shoot niggas. You know what I mean? I'm not sure if you played Marvel Rivals before, but it's just like you just have some people who you just here for fisticuffs. You just here to fight and shoot. Now I feel like, you know what I mean? Frank, we need somebody to shoot. But does he fit into the story? I don't know. I don't think he's going to make it. So
I don't think he's. As much as only reason I had Daredevil is just because of his popularity. I don't think Punisher's there, so no chance.
Yeah.
I feel like they're eventually going to make him War Machine.
Cosmic Ghost Rider, though.
Ooh, now you're talking my language.
Mm-hmm.
But that would be a shot in the dark.
Yeah. You say shot in the dark. I was saying no chance, but yeah, shot in the dark.
This is a wishful thinking. We would love to see Frank in this movie, but I just don't think it's happening.
I think half this list is like wishful thinking. The other half is like, this probably makes sense. But yeah, speaking of wishful thinking, probably makes sense, probably doesn't make sense, is Gang. I don't think Gang's in this movie at all.
No
they
chance.
They changed the name of the movie for a reason. No chance. Yeah. That's what he's got.
Chance. No chance. Unless they recast.
Unless they recast. Yeah. And I mean, do you think they should recast T'Challa?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Kang is too much of an important character to the Marvel universe. He's one of those major pillars as a villain that they can't just let that. Jonathan Majors didn't pass away, so he's alive. They fired him, so they can recast him.
Yeah, I think my thing was like when Endgame ended, I was actually really wanting for someone like King to come in, or actually specifically King to come in, because I thought it would be a really cool villain for the next crop of heroes. But they tried it, and none of it's Jonathan Major's fault in terms of like the way King was developed. They did a trash job of introducing him and keeping him going. The only good thing he had was Loki.
The Ant-Man movie was just not counterintuitive was counterintuitive, I should say, with how he was written in Loki. He was written beautifully in Loki. This art black. Is Kang white?
I don't know.
When I see him, he's blue.
He's blue. He's white. He's whatever he wants to be for real.
Kang the Conqueror.
He's whatever he ends up being.
Comic book character.
He's like in the same like bloodline as Richards, and he's got some ties with Iron Man or Iron Lad, if you will. He's all over the place.
but the character itself in the comic books is blue.
No,
so it doesn't matter.
I think he ends up being blue.
No, so his character is a couple generations ahead of Reed Richards, so there could have been mixing involved. Just because Reed Richards is white, and technically Reed Richards is not white in the MCU, he's Hispanic.
Yeah, that's so true.
People mix together, and he had sex with an alien that was blue, and that's why Kang's blue. So
first time we met Star-Lord, he was having sex with a pink woman. So you know what I mean?
Yeah, so I'll say like a character like Kang, he can be played by Asian, he can be played by a white, he can be played by a black. I hate that I'm saying it like that. I sound like drunk.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I said it like that. People of these descents because he's a character that's blue.
Yeah.
So yeah. So if they want to recast him, I know they asked Coleman Domingo. He said no, but there's other people.
Coleman would have been great.
He wants to be his own. He wants to be his own original character. He doesn't want to build off of somebody else's. That's why.
Oh, for a recasting, yeah, I get that. Coleman could definitely be Alan Brashear. What is that man's name?
Not Blue Marvel.
Blue Marvel. It's not Alan Brashear.
Yeah, Adam Brashear.
Adam Brashear. Yeah. And that would be great because Coleman's amazing.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Valkyrie. We're getting all black over here. So Valkyrie, I think that she's in it in like a very small capacity, just because
Yeah.
Thor's in. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say shot in the
Very
dark.
likely.
No,
You think she's in on it?
Do we think
Well,
Ronaldo?
she's. I don't. We don't know where Thor is at because he's on a different planet. He's not on Earth. He's with his daughter.
Right.
Who
And she's the
that
king
character's
of
probably a
Earth.
no-brainer.
Yeah.
His daughter's probably a no-brainer, but we didn't have that up there because she's not really a character. I'll
We
say
probably
likely.
like- Yeah.
I'll say she's likely just because it's one of Thor's supporting characters.
The Deadpool is a no-brainer.
No-brainer.
They want to sell it.
Having
So-
him come together with the X-Men is just
Right.
too.
It's too good.
It's too good. You have to do it.
So someone who has not been casted, because in all these Avengers movies, we get new characters, right? In all these, actually, all these team up movies, we get new characters. Nova is a character that we've been wanting for a long time, whether it's Richard Rider or the young bull, whose name I can't remember at the moment. Sam, I forget his last name, but yeah. So I think Nova is likely to be in this movie just because they're going to introduce a new character at some point. And I think that he's probably next on the docket. I mean, it feels like there's not a lot more. I mean, there are hundreds of more characters to introduce, but in terms of like starting players, it feels like there's not a lot more starting. Like we're even right now as our Avengers crew, a lot of these guys are like the second generation of those original characters. So Nova is like one of the few, or Richard Rider specifically is one of those few starting or original, whatever you want to call it, characters, first of their own characters that are possible,
still around. Yeah.
Longers is going to be in it. Let's not play.
Yeah, if Doctor Strange is in it, he's in it.
Yeah.
Red Hulk is interesting.
Red Hulk.
Last time we saw him, he was in jail. I think if I'm going with my thing that the Hulks will be in it, I think it's a little bit of a shot in the dark. I think that they may wait later.
I think it's no
for that. You don't think he's in it at all?
I don't think
that's fine. The more I talked about it, I was like, eh. And then you can move the next group too. We're grouping them together. There's no way to chance in.
No chance. Yeah.
Yeah.
Post credit scene.
Maybe. They tie a lot into the cosmic, so I could see them being shot in the dark. I could see them being in there. Don't get my girl Madison, bruh. I would love Madison to like be like something. I would love that little Easter egg of like she's really Mephisto, or she's like some demon nightmare, some demon that
would be great. Yeah,
that would be great. Like she's so silly, and you don't take her seriously, and then she ends up being this demon thing. I would love that. But yeah, Star-Lord.
Yeah, he's in this.
Yeah,
like I said, they're trying to sell things.
Yeah, and it's gonna be another reunion that could possibly happen with him reuniting with the new Guardians team. I think that's just a fun thing. Yeah, this next character.
I mean, they invested a lot. They gave her all the powers in the world. We think Gaia's in this movie.
I think she
could be forgotten.
We'd never see her again. No. I'm joking. I don't
think we're ever seeing her again.
No, I don't. The MCU doesn't do that though. Like, who's a character that is just like we're never seeing again?
Besides the Eternals,
but it hasn't been enough time to say that's not going to happen. Like even like the Mandarin, they brought him back. The guy who was the Mandarin. You know what I mean? So
that's very true.
They'll find a way to repurpose and fix her and do something.
Yeah, but she ain't in this movie though. I'll tell you that.
Nah, she's not. She's not in this movie.
All right, so we're coming back down to the last. So I have Silver Surfer here, but we know that Jennifer Garner is playing. Not Jennifer.
I forgot what her name is, but I know who you're talking about from Ozark.
Yeah, is her name Jennifer Garner?
Yeah, Jennifer Garner.
Yeah,
You're right.
she's playing Silver Surfer, and people are, oh, she's gonna play Silver Surfer. There's a female Silver Surfer, and that's the one that she's playing.
Sorry,
Um,
it's Julia Garner. Not
Julia Gardner, right? Yeah, I think she's in this. If the
Yeah,
Fantastic Four are in this, and we're doing galactic shit, she's in this. And we're
I'll
dealing with
say,
Doctor Doom.
I'll say very likely only because there's a chance that she dies in that movie to give way for the male Silver Surfer to come in. But
Do
yeah,
you want think pieces?
go ahead. Hit me
Do
with
you,
thinks.
no. I'm saying, do you want think pieces?
Oh, them killing off the woman. Yeah, I
Yeah,
know. It's a bad idea.
yeah,
But also, they can't. Marvel can't be beholden to all that. Like they gotta. Like it can't be dumb, but it can't be. They can't be beholden. They have to be able to creatively do things
they did
and let the
kill
think pieces
Black
happen.
Widow for Clint. So.
Yeah, and there were think pieces about that, but they had to do
People
it.
thought,
They didn't have to do it, but yeah. That's
yeah,
a no chance in hell. I don't even know why you have him up there.
yeah. I mean, maybe he and his
They would have to give Dave Bautista a whole lot of money for him to do Drax without Gunn.
Dave seems like the type of person to not even care how much money that you're trying to give him if you don't want to.
Yeah. He said he will go back to Marvel, but as a different person. He will never play Drax again unless Gunn is there.
I
So
get
like if
that.
they wanted him back, he will play a different character, which would be cool. But
The multiverse. Let's not even joke around.
yeah, we getting Guardians.
Yeah, we getting a whole reunion. So, are we being crazy? We got the Avengers. Like Infinity War was packed with just the Guardians and the Avengers. We're talking about the Guardians, the Avengers, the Fantastic Four, and the X-Men.
Look, this is gonna be a 3 hour and 30-minute movie. They'll figure it out,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll be seated.
We should go full
seated
Scorsese
for all
and
of it.
just do the 4.5.
I think Secret Wars will be closer to 4.
Yeah, it should be 5. We should have an intermission at 2.
You're bugging. that's a bit too. That's a bit much. I got places to go. I got work to do
And
the
then
next day. Like
I mean, when the movie is has been out long enough, they should put out the extended version from the 5-hour version. You know what I'm saying? We should get.
hey, I'm down for that.
Yeah,
But as of right now,
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man.
that's not happening.
yeah,
The Brutalist for the MCU.
that is hilarious.
One that I would actually like.
So we have. So I actually did put a picture of just Wiccan on here.
Okay.
So where was he?
Where did we? Yeah, where we put the other ones? Oh, they're shot in the dark. So just put them in shot in the dark.
Oh yeah, right here. Just put him right here. Nicholas
Nick
Joe.
Fury.
They don't really seem to give a damn about him anymore. And
know.
it's sad.
No. His story's kind of wrapped up, so there's a possibility for him to be in here. I could see him kind of helping Sam get this Avengers team together. That's another storyline in this movie.
Right. Sam's supposed to be putting these Avengers together.
He has to get the Avengers
Fighting
together.
Dr.
Yeah.
Doom, meeting the X-Men, running into the Fantastic Four, who are from a different universe, by the way, and getting back together with the Guardians. There's a lot going on.
It's a lot.
So shot in the dark here for
Yeah.
our formula. So Galactus. I have Cloud Galactus here just because.
You son of a bitch. How dare you put that piece of shit here?
So do we think
that probably will show up in Secret Wars as a joke.
Probably. Yeah. Actually, yeah.
I would love the new Galactus just to eat it. Like,
Right. Pause. So do we think Galactus, not this Galactus, but Galactus in general is going to be, I feel like that's a lot.
I don't know if he survived. Maybe because they always kill their villains. If he survives Fantastic Four.
I think that, I think he survives Fantastic Four because they can't really kill him. I mean, they have, I'm sure, in a comic book storyline, which hot take, there's no such thing as comic book accuracy, but we can have that conversation a different day. Do you have to be loud, Bruno? But I'm gonna say Cloud Galactus, or I'm sorry, I'm gonna say Galactus is in this movie possibly to be fodder for Doctor Doom, just like Thanos. I think Doctor Doom can run through Thanos Galactus,
Ultron.
and even Ultron. Just be like, they were some bitches. Why y'all struggling with them?
That's wild.
Yeah. I think. Oh no, never mind. Gunther, the Ring General. Do we?
This nigga really put Gunther in there.
Do we think it's possible that he chops Doom's mask? That's how Doom loses his mask with the
He's
chop.
a Gunther. Yeah, it's a no-brainer. He's the next. He's the next big hero. That's
Gunther,
Captain Britain right there.
Captain Vienna.
Vienna.
So yeah, Gunther's no-brainer. But back on the serious side, X-23.
X-23 is. I think we think Wolverine and Deadpool is going to be in there. And the last time we saw her, she was with them. I think she is either going to be a no-brainer or very likely. I can see there's a chance they leave her home.
I think she's a shot in the dark, and then we see her.
It makes it. I'll see Doomsday every day. Look, heartbeat. You put that out there. So if somehow Gunther does get casted and you don't know, you have to see it every day opening week. Mm-hmm. So that's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all the way to the next week.
So what were you saying about X-23? You're saying likely, very likely. I think
it's very likely just because of her attachment with those characters. Her being able to meet the rest of the X-Men and feel that family love.
Yep.
I think that's why she's likely.
I think that she's in there just kind of like as like, oh hey, just acknowledging your existence, and then we go deal with the rest of the movie. I don't think like she's in the movie. And we're coming down to our final four. We have she's dead, but you know
she's dead.
Do we think that Thor is in there?
I think shot in the dark. Just because she died. And that's another whole like we gotta explain how she came from Valhalla and who she is now, because she's no longer Thor, she's a Valkyrie, and then we also already have a Valkyrie, so now we have to have that talk. It's too much.
I think it's another of the 14 post-credit scenes where Thor's like, we need backup, and he goes to Valhalla and picks her up. Hope you do good as well, man.
Yeah, I hope the minis are good.
Yep. I think he goes to Valhalla and gets back up and grabs Jane Thor or Thor.
So
and runs with that. The man who is in constant limbo. We have War Machine.
I think he's part of the Avengers team that Sam recruits.
You think?
Yeah, they don't know he's a Skrull, and Nick Fury's gone to tell people that he's a Skrull.
No, they rescued him. Remember
the regular one. Oh yeah. So I forgot about that. Yeah. So I think likely. I think it's very likely that he's one of the, because he's the OG. He's been there since almost basically the beginning. Not you know.
Yeah, it was a Skrull since Civil War.
Skrull since Civil War. Yeah.
Yep.
That's heartbreaking. He's gonna wake up and be like, "Where's Tony?"
Oof.
And for his to see his face for the first time and he's a villain. The story writes itself. That moved you. I just moved this no-brainer for you.
Yeah, they gotta do it. You gotta be on the ship with him. It's like, what the hell is going on? But that's the thing. Doom's mask has to come off at the right opportunity. Like I swear to my dog whom I love, if the first time we see Robert Downey Jr. in Avengers Doomsday, he does not or Fantastic Four, he does not have a mask on. He's not scarred. I mean, I'm not going to do anything because I have no power to do anything. But I'm going to be upset. I'm like, yo, like,
I'm
what
gonna be upset too.
Yeah.
I just gotta say, I put up a poll that said, "Is Gunther gonna be in the MCU?" 80% of the poll said yes. So heart me at the movies.
The Ring General.
Get that money ready for that week. You know what I mean? The people are predicting Gunther, the Ring General, aka Walter, aka the guy that loves old school wrestling. Mm-hmm. Bret Hart's Undertaker's favorite wrestler is gonna be in there chopping people.
You're gonna chop the shit out of Daredevil.
You and these flipping and these acrobatics, I hate it.
He gonna knock Daredevil smooth out.
Oh, we did forget somebody, Captain Carter.
Oh snap! Yeah, she definitely
The
gonna be
biggest industry plant in the MCU is crazy. What's your beef with Captain Carter? What'd she do to you?
Hey, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? What do you mean? What? I think he's talking about the fact that the What If series is all about Captain Marvel.
I gotta ask the chat now. Is Captain Carter an industry plant? That is hilarious. Is it? It's a movie. Isn't everybody an industry plant?
I mean, they were all planted by the industry. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, where's it?
That's not who you forgot.
Credits ready. That's not who you forgot. Who we forget? To say is crazy. That is crazy. And it's not untrue. But that is crazy, yo.
Leave that little kid alone. He's just trying to live up to his father.
He's gonna show up grown. He's gonna go through a wormhole like Ant-Man. He's gonna come back to child age. And that's the game. The game gonna be over from there. Yeah, she basically took over What If. Totally agree.
Nah, freeze her.
What was that? Did she take Sam Wilson?
Oh, hell no.
Yeah.
I'm fighting. I love Haley Atwell, but I'm fighting her if that happens.
Yeah.
Even though it's not even her fault.
Right.
Okay, we down to the last two.
Yeah, down to the last two.
One of my new favorite MCU characters. I love this character so much. I love this actress as this character.
Miss Marvel, the knowest of no-brainers. Because, once again, they try and sell tickets. And what better way to do that than to bring in Miss Marvel? All the young ladies, rightfully so, be like, hey, Miss Marvel!
She's one of the only new characters to be in a movie as well. Some of these other, Kate Bishop hasn't been in a movie yet. You know what I mean?
She's the first one to jump.
She's the first one to jump? Well, no. Well, jump. Yeah. I was going to say she's not the first young Avenger. But she was in the concept art. The concept art was fake. That was AI generated, chill. The Russo brothers already confirmed that. That wasn't that wasn't them.
Yeah, so Miss Marvel's definitely in this movie. She's got to be the avatar for the young folk.
She's the Nick Fury for the Young Avengers.
That sentence is just wild. And I love Miss Marvel, but that's
what she was doing. Remember? She came out of the shadows and was like, hey, I have a mission for you.
Yeah. And lastly, we have America Chavez. I don't know why I said it like that. And last, we have America Chavez, who I
think she's a no-brainer.
It makes sense for her to be in there because she has the power to jump through realities. Why would you leave her on the bench? You know what I mean?
She's one of Doctor Strange's disciples. She's Wong, and they're going to be in it. Just makes sense for her to be there.
Yep. So that's our complete list. I don't know who else we forgot. Maybe should be in here. Yeah. Oh, I know Shang-Chi's sister is one person that we forgot to add. She might be in there just like as a cameo, like in the background. And other than that, man, I think that we have a pretty good full list. Is there anybody who hasn't made it to the MCU yet at all who we think is going to be like? We have Nova on here, Ghost Rider.
Yeah. We could bring back Nicolas Cage if we're bringing back the X-Men.
We really shouldn't.
Damn, that was cold.
I love Nick. Nick is great, but those Ghost Rider movies were horrible.
I love the character of Miss Marvel a lot, but what is she finna do against Doom? She finna get folded with Daredevil. Yeah, and let her get folded so she can understand the situation she's in.
Well, she can like partner with Gunther and just like go ham. But
I don't usually do this during live streams, and I'm sorry to do this, Kenny, because you're gonna have to hold the fort real quick. But I gotta use the bathroom really bad.
No problem.
So I'm gonna be right back.
So okay, no problem. So yeah, I think that a lot of these. Oh, thank you. By the way, is Tom Holland on there? Let me tell you something. I don't know how we forgot to put Spider-Man on here And I think the only reason why we forgot to put Spider-Man on here is because there's no world in which Spider-Man is not in this movie. Now, that could be very untrue, and he could not be in this movie, but I think that Spider-Man's definitely got to be in here. But his movie that was announced yesterday was actually slated for right after Avengers Doomsday. So he might miss his film mainly because nobody knows who he is and he's dealing with his own stuff. So maybe, maybe not. But God, trying to sell an Avengers movie in this day and age without Peter Parker is just a wild idea. Um, yeah, as Jill says, he might be in a post-credit scene, at least in his film. I think that that is possible, and also I think Kevin Feige is confident in his ability to sell an Avengers movie without Spider-Man because he's done it. I want to say, yeah, 2 times before, and yeah, and most of Endgame he wasn't even in there. So, yeah, I do think that that is totally a possibility that he's not in. I just, I just think that Disney, the shareholders, are gonna be like, you better put Peter Parker's ass in there. I
Sorry
don't know
about
if
that,
you
guys.
if you heard
Yeah, I heard
we
everything.
were talking about, yeah, Tom Holland.
Somehow we forgot. I forgot that
yeah.
he didn't get a chair.
Oh, we forgot to put Venom in here too.
Oh yeah, but that's most likely Venom's gonna be in Secret Wars. I don't think he's gonna be in this movie.
Let me tell you something. I don't think Venom's going to be in anything.
I feel like a Spider-Man Venom face-off would just be magical, man. This could be the way they can tie in the old school Secret Wars and how Spider-Man got the symbiote suit with him meeting his Venom on Battleworld.
If I recall correctly, at the end of No Way Home, a piece of symbiote was left in the universe.
In Venom, the last Venom, I think they took it. They took it back.
They retconned it.
Yeah.
That's right.
Whatever. I didn't watch it, but I saw a thing where they went to that same bar and they picked up the little piece of symbiote that was left over. Anybody that watched Venom am I right or am I tripping? Because I didn't watch it, so I don't know.
They did take that piece of Venom at the bar in the Venom universe, which is
so I'm just like, is that just a piece he left in the Venom universe and not? Oh yeah, okay, yep, military dude picked it up. So I don't know if there's a piece of Venom running around in the MCU waiting to attach somebody. Maybe it completely skips Peter and goes straight to Eddie Brock there, or who's the second? Or it might go to Flash Thompson. I think that'll be interesting because we have Ned who can become Hobgoblin, right? Because he's supposed to be, and then we also have Flash that can become Venom. So a lot of his friends from school can start becoming villains, and then he has to deal with that, and they don't know him, but he knows them. That could be interesting.
So there is one character who we haven't talked about.
Who's that?
And that is Senor Miles Morales. That is one person who I think has a distinct possibility of joining this fracas.
I think that's a Secret Wars situation.
I think that might be a Brand New Day situation.
Really? Oh no! So I think in Secret Wars we'll see across the Spider-Verse Miles on here with Toby, with Andrew, and with Tom. All four of them doing Spider-Man things.
Yeah,
I can see a Brand New Day. Miles is now a teen, and we get our own version of Miles in the MCU.
Yeah,
I think you're right on that. That's a good prediction.
Yeah, I think so too. But yeah, I think that wraps it up for this part of it. And yeah, if there's one way to get Gunther into the Avengers, it's by recruiting Jimmy Uso on the side.
Oh my God.
That would bring Gunther right into the fracas if Doctor Doom recruits Jimmy, who Jimmy's in the hospital right now, so he might not make it. But yeah,
that is hilarious. But yeah, that would work. That would work. Guys, stay tuned. We are not done just yet. We're gonna go through quickly, and rank the movies that we saw. What is that in March? This is March. It's April right now, right?
Yeah, it is
Also,
April.
happy April Fool's Day.
Yeah.
Hopefully you didn't get tricked too bad. I got caught with a Batman casting trick. That
Who,
wasn't
who
fun.
was that? Who got cast? Who got fake cast?
I don't even know who the guy is, but he looks like Bruce Wayne. So the post said that the guy got casted and his first appearance was going to be in Clayface, and I was like, oh, that makes so much, like, it just made so much sense.
I saw Clayface on that movie slate that was taken a picture of, and I completely forgot that that movie existed. I thought that that movie was a rumor. So seeing it on
No,
that,
they have a writer and a director already.
I'm interested because Clayface is a character who I've been wanting to see in Batman movies because I've been wanting them to get more fantastical with our Man Bats, with our Clayfaces, with our Killer
Mr.
Croc,
Freeze.
Mr. Freeze. Like we've been doing a lot of detective work, a little detective work. You know what I mean? But we're not doing enough. You know what I mean? We don't have enough Man Bat in the situation in the proceedings. So we need some Man
He
Bat.
has some good fantastical.
Oh yeah,
Like there's like that sewer guy. I don't remember what his name is.
Killer Croc.
No. There's like a like he's like like he has like a bunch of kids down there. Is it Rat King or something like that?
I thought you were talking about Condiment King.
No, that's another fantastical one.
Yeah,
They could do that in a way where he poisons the condiments. That'd be fun.
But who they need to bring in is Kite Man.
Kite Man.
All right, y'all.
Yeah,
so we're gonna wrap this. Should we wrap after this? Because I think we've been you know what I mean.
Yeah, we can wrap after this.
Yeah. So we're gonna rank the movies that we saw in March, and then we're gonna head out because Daredevil is on. So let's start with the magazine. Well, you got the mic or the mouse, so you control the proceedings.
Yeah, Magazine Dreams. This is a film that we've talked about a couple times on this channel already. A film that I really, really liked, even though it's very intense, very uncomfortable to watch. I think Jonathan Majors had a fantastic performance in it, and I think the filmmaking was really, really strong too. How do you feel about it?
I think it's an incredible performance by Jonathan Majors. I really like the film. I do think that it came out at the worst possible time for him. But at the same time, it's directed well, it's acted well, and overall, it's a good movie. But yeah, I think we have a question that's coming up later that this might be an answer to. But yeah.
Gotcha. So where would you personally rank Magazine Dreams?
Full price.
I agree.
I think it's that good of a movie.
I think it's that good of a movie. Opus is a movie that we both on the opposite side of the spectrum. Well, not completely opposite side. I don't think this is a top tier movie, but you think this is trash? Do you think it's trash?
Yes.
Okay, you think it's trash. So I
literally just
like
asked myself that question, like, do I think it's trash? And then you asked me, I was like, yeah.
Yeah. Why do you think it's trash?
Because it is. No, I'm joking. Because I said so, nigga. No, I think it's trash. I don't think it's trash. I think it's underwhelming. Ayo Edebiri is really good in this film. John Malkovich is good, but almost feels miscast in my opinion, which is really weird. But I just think the movie is trying to do too much. There's way too many storylines and plot lines going on. And I think that it does have something to say, but it gets muddled in all the other things that it's trying to say. And some of the characters get really lost in the storyline, like the influencer and I think the bodyguard looking lady, or I think she was a reporter actually. Like they kind of like show up and then their characters disappear and then they kind of show up again for shock value. And it's kind of like, oh, well, I don't even know these niggas. So I don't really care that they had the fate that they had. So I think that the weakness of this film is that it's trying to do too much.
Gotcha. And I think the strength of the film is the focus on Ayo. I think she had a great performance. I think that Ayo do need to lead more movies. I think she showed that she can be a lead of a film and be convincing and fun to follow. But I think that's also the weakness, because you brought up the fact that we have these veteran actors. Every single person that was in there that was part of that supporting cast was a veteran actor that can do a good job. And they should have focused more on them, like why they're there, their stories, what's going on with them. And I think that the movie had a lot of potential to be great. And maybe be one of the best movies of the year. But I thought it was fun. I just had a fun time with the film. I thought it was funny. I liked the message, and I actually liked the ending piece, because it was something that I never really thought about in terms of like us pushing bad images in the media when we're not doing that on purpose. I thought that was really interesting. So I think the movie is a good stream. I wouldn't even say a matinee, because I don't think there's anything super explosive in the film that you have to go see it in the theaters. Like, it looks good, but it doesn't look amazing. And there's one gory sequence in this film that I've never seen before with the influencer. That was really creative, and I thought that was really cool. But even with that, I still think that the movie's not cinematic enough to tell you to go see it in the theaters. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Amber Midthunder is in there. She's cool, but she's silent. It's weird. So I thought that was solid. How about Novocaine?
Novocaine was fun. I had a really good time with Novocaine. It's just, I mean, that's all I gotta say about that. But yeah, it's a fun movie. It's an interesting concept. They didn't overstay its welcome. It didn't get too ridiculous, and they did a good job of grounding even the craziness of it by not making him invincible. Like, he really had to be careful because he's not able to feel pain. So it made a lot more sense. And it's like, oh, he can't feel pain, let me run into some bullets. No, nigga, that's not how that works.
You're not Deadpool.
Right, you're not Deadpool. So yeah, I did enjoy Novocaine quite a bit.
Yeah, I enjoyed Novocaine quite a bit, like you said. I think Jack Quaid just has that charm that you want to watch. Amber Midthunder's in this one as well, and she's great in this one. Jack Nicholson's son, I think, is Ray Nicholson's in this. He's really good as the crazy guy. He seems to play crazy really well, just like his dad. And yeah, this is just a really, really fun time. Honestly, even though I don't think it's a great movie, I think it's still a full price.
Oh, okay. I was going to say matinee, but full price is
You think matinee? Full price is fine? Okay. Because I think it's still really fun. I think the jokes land. I think the action is really good. There's some really good gags in there. All the actors bring it. It's not like anybody's like dragging their leg or not doing a good job. So I would say, I think Novocaine deserves a full price. I don't think anybody will watch it and go, "Oh man, y'all made me waste my time." I don't think anybody will feel like they wasted their time.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Electric State, a very controversial film. A lot of people shitted on this film. A lot of people talked about the budget. A lot of people talked about some of the performances. I think me and you have a different opinion on the movie. Talk to me. How you feel about it?
I thought we kind of felt the same about it. I don't think it's that bad. I don't think it's great. I just don't think that it's terrible. Like, I think that the movie does have a bit of blandness to it. Like, there are times where you can definitely check out of the film and just be like, you know what, let me go do some work while I'm watching this thing, which is exactly what I did. So I just, it's not as terrible. Like, it came out at like a 10%. This is not a 10% movie at all. Honestly, it's probably closer to like your 50 to 60s. If you want to do 40, maybe, I don't know, but like 50 to 60, I'm cool with that. But yet again, just remembering, guys, Rotten Tomatoes is not a rating; it's how many people recommend it. Blah. I think that for me, for my audience score, I think I gave it like a 2.5. It's literally not the worst movie I've ever seen, but I would understand if nobody ever decided to watch it.
Yeah. In my head, I finished the movie and I was like, man, if I was a little kid, I would have loved this movie. I would have watched it over and over and over because of everything that happens in it, the characters, how silly everything is, and just the overall storyline. I think it's just really good for like a kids movie, and it looks great. Is it $300-something million look great? Probably not, but it looks great.
Yeah. The one thing that could have made this movie better if it was shorter. The movie is far too long.
Yeah, the movie. Yeah. I started feeling it when it got to the third act and he started doing the big battle, and I was like, this is starting to drag a little bit, and like the whole emotional moment between her and her brother, I was like, okay, I get it. This is dragging a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this is a
Spent
solid
way
stream.
too much time in that boy's mind. Like
Yeah,
let's get this stuff.
let's get
Um,
it rapping.
yeah, but yeah,
I think
stream
it's a stream. It's fine. Black Bag, definitely
Black
another stream.
Bag out of the gate, full price.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
really good movie.
Really,
Uh,
really, really good.
I think it'll end up
Cinematic
probably.
looking,
Mhm.
movie stars,
Yep.
old school feel that we don't really get anymore.
Yeah, with a little bit of a lemon twist on the way that it tells its storytelling in terms of like spy movies, because it's
Hmm.
not all about it's not even really about the case. It's about the people who are involved in the case. So I really enjoyed that film. Yeah, it's probably going to end up in my top half of my movies of this year. Yeah,
Yeah, it's a spy thriller workplace drama.
drama. Yep,
Yeah, with some really, really strong performances. I really liked everybody
absolutely.
in here.
Yeah.
So I think that's definitely a full price. That's pretty good.
Hmm.
Odessa is one. These next two films are the films that I've only saw. Kenny didn't get the chance to check them out.
Yeah.
I think Odessa is a strong stream. It is a rock opera post-apocalyptic drama comedy
Hmm.
with Sadie Sink, Kelvin Harris Jr., Regina Hall, and a bunch of other actors you know from here and there. It looks very interesting in terms of the visual styling. It's kind of have like this candy pop but washed out neon look to it. I think
Hmm.
Sadie Sink is a really good lead actress in here, and I didn't know she could sing, and she sings really well.
I don't know.
Everyone
She's
sings really well in here.
okay.
And it's just an interesting story. It has its own lore. It has this futuristic look to everything in terms of how technology is going to rule us all and AI and things like that. It's kind of talking about that, but one person controlling everything. And I had
Hmm.
a good time. I'm not the type of person that likes musicals, but I think the rockness of it helped. And I think it was a solid stream.
The Dwayne
Now, the
Johnson,
next one, huh?
the Dwayne Johnsonness of it.
The Dwayne Johnsons of it. Yeah, The Rock, the electrifying
Hmm.
man. Holland is a skip. I was gonna review this. I don't know if I'm still
Really?
going to. Yeah, it's part of the Nicole Kidman disgruntled wife cinematic universe that she's building,
That
and
is hilarious. That's
and yeah, she's been in movies like this before. Stepford Wives and things like that, where she's a bored trad housewife and she thinks that something's going on with her husband, so she gets curious and becomes a detective, and then she starts an affair, but kind of by mistake, but not really. And
what
like
you
what
falling
she
the ball
felt,
dick? Like what happened?
um, she had her fellow teacher helping her, and they kind of just got too close.
Oh,
Um,
it was a
yeah,
Pocahontas thing.
yeah. And she gets deeper and deeper into what's going on with her husband. She thinks it's just infidelity, but it's something much darker. I think
Mm.
what the problem with the movie is that the reveal happens and it just falls flat.
Oh,
And then the movie just keeps going, and I'm like, okay, what? Well, I thought we were done, and it just keeps going and going and going and going until it eventually just stopped, and I was like, okay,
you
so
know
that's a
the,
skip.
you know what I'm finding one of the worst things a movie can do these days? It's keep going. Like
Yeah,
and land the goddamn. I forget what movie I saw recently. I was like, yo, oh, we're about to talk about it in 2 months.
yeah, two
Oh yeah.
movies.
Hmm.
Mickey 17. Do you think that's a full price?
I think it's an IMAX. To be honest with you.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how you felt about it, but I feel like it's an IMAX as well. We've talked about Mickey 17 on this channel before. You know how we feel about it. I think it's a great film, funny, well acted, really good storyline. That's all I gotta say.
Great movie. Ditto everything Zach said.
The Woman in the Yard.
The
This is
woman in the
interesting.
yard.
This is a movie that I ended up loving. It tickled all the parts of my brain that I like to be tickled. I'm always making Kenny pause.
You're just a freak.
Oh wow, Gunther, what are you doing? I love the performances from all the actors in the film. I think the movie looks amazing. I think the director who directed Orphan and Carry On from last year did a great job of directing the film, and I love the mystery to it because I was the whole time like, what is going on in this movie? And I didn't get it until they revealed it, and they revealed it to me at the right time. And a lot of people I think misinterpret the point of the film, because I got a comment on my review saying that this movie is promoting something that I think it's not promoting. It's just showing the experience of and what these people, their mindsets they go through. It's not saying that it's right. It's just showing that this is what happens.
I think you have to have a really cynical mindset to think that something is promoting what we're talking about.
Yeah, I was like, what? And that person commented on my video, and then he went and commented on somebody else's video and replied to my comment on that person. He was like following me around. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, that's weird.
It was really, really weird. But like,
You're
I was
also
just
acting weird.
very, very weird. And I was just like, okay, dude. I was like, and I replied to him, I was like, what about this do you think it's promoting it? Do you not understand what was happening at the end of the movie? But yeah, I think the negativity towards this film, for the most part, obviously people could just not like film, is the fact that people are not understanding the point of the movie, especially the ending. It is ambiguous a little bit, so I can understand the confusion there. But yeah, I really love this movie. This is one of my favorite movies of the year.
Understood. This is not one of my favorite movies of the year. I don't think the movie is horrible. I do think that in the third act, it just loses me entirely. And part of the issues that I do have with the film is some of the characters, specifically the son character, is very distracting for me. Because he's acting in such a way that is super like disrespectful throughout the entirety of the film, and I don't understand why he's doing that. Now, after like listening to Zach and talking to Zach, I kind of understand why he was doing that, but my experience during the movie was, yo, what is going on? Why isn't this happening? Why isn't he helping? Why isn't blah, 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 blah? It was just so much of that on top of trying to understand, especially in the third act, of what was going on. Because that's when it kind of goes into overdrive of we just doing shit. Like if that's
symbolism,
to me,
a lot of
symbolism
like overload.
We just doing shit. Yeah. But and because of that, it felt taxing. That's the best way for me to put it. Like the movie felt taxing towards the end. And by the time it ended, I was just kind of like, whew, glad that's over. Not glad it's over because it was horrible, but glad it's over because, like we just said, it just kept going and going and going and going.
Yeah, I'm going to, to me, this is a full price, but because of how you feel, I'll put it in a matinee.
That's fair.
I think that's fair.
That's fair.
I think it's a good meeting ground.
Yeah.
Death of the Unicorn. I think this also might be a matinee.
Yeah,
because I had a lot of fun with this.
It's like a high matinee.
Yeah, high matinee. It's just pure. What's up? Time out.
This movie's better than Novocaine.
Yeah, you're right.
This movie's better than Novocaine for sure.
Okay, so I'll move Novocaine down.
Yeah, I would rather move Novocaine down than move Unicorn.
Death of the Unicorn up. Yeah. Okay, we'll do that. This is why we talk it out during the list. Yeah, Death of the Unicorn is just really fun, funny, gory, all the things. My review is on the channel. You can hear my full thoughts on that. Kenny's review is coming Wednesday.
It should be. Yeah,
should be Wednesday.
Well, it should be.
We got our boy Kenny back in the booth. He's back in the booth. You feel me? But yeah, I highly recommend checking out Death of the Unicorn. It's just a fun movie with really good performances from like some really great actors like Jenna Ortega, Paul Rudd. Will Poulter is hilarious. Richard E. Grant. The list goes on and on and on. Of like Anthony Carrigan is a standout as well. He was so funny as a server.
Always freaking funny.
He's always funny.
But yeah, this is a really good movie.
It's really, really, really good movie. Really, really fun. Not the typical A24 film because you kind of expect
really, you think so?
Something different from them, a little deeper, They don't really do straight up comedies. But I think the added unicorn. I think the added unicorn aspect is why it's different. We don't really get monster unicorns. So that's only A24 will pick that up.
Yeah, I agree with that. They definitely take, like, there's a movie I didn't see it that came out a couple years ago called Lamb, where it's just a little girl with like a lamb's head walking around. And I was just like, I think I'm
Yeah,
gonna stay away from that.
I have Lamb on Blu-ray. I like that
Okay.
movie. It's weird. Snow.
This is a sick Negro.
Wow. That's cold blooded. You didn't have to do me like that. Snow White. I'm just gonna put in the skip.
Yeah.
I thought it was okay, but I can't tell anybody to go watch it. Like I was watching the theater and I was just like, this is alright. Would I have been mad if I paid $22 to go see it?
Oh my
Probably.
God. I would be
But
pissed.
but I have Regal Unlimited, so I can't consciously go tell my subscribers, my watchers to go pay $22 to watch this movie.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I have an AMC A list, so it was like I had someone like comment on Threads like, "Why would you waste your money on this?" And I didn't even tell him. I was like, "How much do you think I spent on it?" He was like, "Well, so you pirated it?" I was like, "No." They never replied. It's like, you don't know what I'm doing. Like, why do you assume that you know how I operate, my nigga? Like, I pay the $25 for AMC A list, and I go see, and I have the opportunity to go see 3 movies a week. As a matter of fact, they're raising the price like $1.25, and they're giving me a 4th movie. This is not a commercial for them, but I might do 2 double features in a week, and that might call it. And especially this year, because they be stacking these movies on these weekends this year, and I don't understand why.
I think not next week, but the following week, there's like 4 movies coming out. I wanted
What
to
comes
see
out this
y'all
week?
bugging. Minecraft.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, Sully said it was good.
Yeah.
Or enjoyed.
Well, Sully also said Bike Riders was great.
Biker gang from Mars. Yeah.
Let me stop. Let me leave Sully alone. So yeah, this is our ranking for this month. I would say that it was a solid month.
It was a light month.
Maybe not as great as other months because we usually don't have skips, and we had 2.
Yeah.
And we usually have a little bit more IMAX features. But yeah, it's better than y'all expect. Promise. Okay. I trust Heartbeats. They haven't steered me wrong. They haven't steered me wrong like Sully did with Bike Riders. Let me stop. But guys, this was really, really fun as always. Ooh, let me get in the middle of the camera. Look at Kenny's beautiful face. Or maybe it's this way. I don't know. Hey, Vogue. Hit that shit. Yeah, I'm really, really happy with this. This was a fun stream. We're gonna we have Sparking Conversations and Attacking Zacks. We're going to do that next week because we're gonna end this right now because the stream was long. Just keep sending in the questions. We appreciate you guys. And next week we'll be talking about Minecraft, right? You're seeing Minecraft on Friday?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to go see it. For sure.
We'll be talking about Minecraft and whatever other topic we can think of. And if you guys have things that you want us to talk about, we'll figure out a way for you guys to suggest it as well. We're gonna figure that out. This thing is an ever growing live stream podcast. So this was great. Kenny, you have any closing words to say?
I'm back like Cook Crack. My first review in over a month. It will be out hopefully tomorrow, and from here on, I should be going strong for the rest. I did not mean to rhyme. I should be going strong for the rest of the year. So, yeah, man, appreciate y'all coming through and spending time with us as always. This is going to be a fun fun live stream for the rest of the year. I'm so excited to have y'all.
Yeah. Thank you everybody that came in: Annette, Heartbeat, Shellmonger, TJ, DJ, Pete. Yeah, I mean everybody that was in here. What's the name was in here too? Where's
Shellmonger was in here.
Where's the other T at? T.
TJ
Have you seen with T?
Have you seen with T?
Acres, Collective Movie Man, Lawrence Report, all you guys. Thank you so much as always. You guys have a good night and enjoy Daredevil if you're watching it. If you're not watching Daredevil, have a good time watching whatever you're watching. Peace.